Chevrolet Engineering College, Department of ECE, Satellite Communication. Today, coverage and frequency considerations. Unit number 5, coverage and frequency considerations. We have here to consider general aspects. So in satellite system designing, some time a few degree of freedom in designing while selecting payload and optimum coverage has to be done in the coverage and frequency considerations. So under this, the basic mission for any project that could achieved in this satellite system, so that will turn for the selection of orbit payload technology for all criteria. So if the coverage of this orbit is to be installed, we have to determine coverage area with initial exercise of geometry and concerned technology, whatever be inbuilt in the particular satellite when the satellite is available in the space technology. So we have to encounter radiation environment while deciding this coverage and general aspects. For that, here we have one equation. So the elevation angle for this satellite is theta, and gamma is coverage area, and distance d will be determine frequency space path loss along the propagation path, and it will be factor in the link budget design. So from this equation, the spacecraft orbit at a distance rs from the center of the earth c. So therefore we have here rs divided by sine of 90 plus theta equal to d divided by sine gamma. So from this equation, cos theta equal to rs sine gamma divided by small d. So in this second equation, we have three parameters: theta, rs, gamma. So theta is elevation angle, gamma is the coverage area, and rs is the path distance from where our satellite must be coverage for all the propagation of these signals. So this is the coverage equations: cos theta equals to rs sin theta divided by small d. So from here we have some frequency band calculation. So how to estimate frequency band for this type of satellites. So for a low Earth orbit satellite system, we have to provide some data and voice services to the mobile users, which has very lowest availability of this frequency. So while calculating EIRP required by the satellite transponder, here we given C/N ratio for the mobile receiver, which is proportional to the square of the RF frequency of the downlink. So here we represented one geometry. So in this geometry, so we have calculating of the coverage area. So this type of coverage area completed in unit number 2. So in this figure, satellite earth station and the center of the earth are same plane. Center angle gamma, elevation angle theta, angle between local horizon and satellite earth station is be represented here in the figure format. Radius of the earth given by RE. So for that coverage area will be approximately 6370 kilometers are to be evaluated. So for this type of the coverage, satellite coverage, we have to define the average flux density across this coverage zone. So that average flux density can be represented by here by the equation F equals to PTZT divided by A. Units are watts per square meter. From this equation, we have to calculating effective aperture of the particular antenna, well-known formula, gain lambda square by 4 pi. So from these two equations, so the power developed by the antenna. So PT, GT, GR lambda square by 4 pi A, which is called coverage area for the particular frequency values. So for such type of important coverage area, here we have our satellite will be revolved in the LEO and MEO, which is having LHF and VHF coverage bands. So another disadvantage we found here for VHF and UHF frequency band, high noise power due to the natural environment. So for this reason, antenna noise temperature for a system operating at VHF or UHF, which has higher than receiving noise temperature, then only environmental noise temperature falls with increasing the frequency. So that is for this equation, we have to define PR value. So therefore proper reproductions of the signals at being ground station is be possible. So from this picture here we have consider elevation angle considerations. Generally for the elevation angle consideration, here basic example Ka band. So approximately 20 to 30 gigahertz Ka band. So for that, for such type of Ka band, here figure A represent decreasing in the path through rain as elevation angle to the satellite increases. And light rain is generally formed at the melting layer height in straight form clouds. So ground earth station and above the path to the satellite. So we have here a higher melting layer. So from the melting layer, ground earth station feels some problem for transmitting and reception of the signals. The rain then falls fairly uniformly over particular wide area. So freezing perception doesn't cause any acceptable attenuation to radio waves since the rain is uniform. So attenuation parameter will be constant everywhere in the rain shower. So for that one, here we have approximately the elevation angle is 5 degree. So for such type of 5 degree at KU band, approximately 12 to 14 gigahertz, we are expecting minimum elevation angle 10 degree. And whatever be the when the elevation angle below 1040 degree, so the orbital moment requirement is to be installed while proper satellite systems are to be initialized. Whereas in figure B, the here we represent one requirement for the operational satellite. For figure B, here we have 840 operational satellites are to be countable. These satellites are will be able to provide the services for MSS and FSS applications for 10 gigahertz supply band. During this condition, if suppose if the satellite is rotation orbital path, the satellite movement is strictly limited to orbital part of the satellite in figure B. So satellite is in motion. So this motion, due to this motion, coverage area under the satellite with proper fields which are having the antenna will have finite usable beam width, which will allow a given portion of the surface to be illuminated at the same time. So that part will be shown in the shade area, which is represented in figure number B. So alternatively, altitude can remain fixed on this beam width that should increase in order to cover larger surface area. So in figure number C, here in third figure, we have various frequency band coverages. So parameter and various Iridium, Global Star, New ICO company satellite names are here. So column 1 frequency, maximum bandwidth, spot beams, normal capacity, orbital attitude. Column 2 for Iridium project satellite, they mentioned 1.62 and 5.55, 48, 11075. This is for the project Iridium. Similarly, for project Global Star, for project new ICO satellite. Whereas figure B here, which is the 3-cell reuse pattern, how we can reuse the multiple cells within a single slot, as we discussed in cellular mobile application theory. Same concept will be repeated here for the cell reuse concept. So dark cell is spectrum A, some dash left side dash spectrum B, right side bend dash spectrum C. So these spectrums are used for instantaneous coverage of the satellite antenna. So within this coverage, individual beams are be formed by the satellite antenna, which can make a regular pattern. So that fills up the instantaneous coverage. If the spectrum that has been allocated to the satellite has been divided up to 3 portions in the figure, in this figure A, B, C, these different spectrums are indicated with the different shading. So in general, each of the individual beams, they will be overlap their neighbor for two reasons. Number one is individual beams, there are no holes in the instantaneous coverage. The second reason is to prevent the beams going from full power to zero power over negligible distance. So by this way, we have to set the maximum coverage area. So thereafter, we have number of beams for coverage area. So in this number of beams per coverage area, in olden days, very small spectrum is allocated for MSS system, where MSS system will follow less than 50 megahertz, and many competing systems are available under this 50 megahertz. So by using this number of elevation angle, so we have Iridium Global Star ICO, which is known as big LEOs. So new ICO is an MSS system which can use it for spun off from the Imrat project, where a distance of latitude 10,000 kilometers, and a new ICO generally considered together Iridium and a Global Star project. So how this beams will be number of beams per coverage area. So for that requirement, we have phased array antenna. Generally, it can use steering pattern. So the radiating elements can have passive devices like dipole feed horn, or active devices like a patch element include amplifier. So the steering of this beam carried out by varying the phase of the signal in each radiating element. So for a passive device, phase control is achieved in the feed matrix placed between high power amplifier and radiating antenna elements. For active devices, there is a phase shifter per element per beam. So in many cases, so it is possible to include the amplifier as a part of active phased array radiating element that can be partition shown in the concerned picture. So in this picture, we have figure A, scanning of angle control mechanism for phased array of the antenna, whereas in figure B, direct radiating array. So this type of parasitic phased array concept, which is used for direct radiating phased array system, which is having two phased array approaches. By using these two phase array approaches, one is parasitic model and second one is direct radiating array. So the sum of the many phases and amplitudes generated by the feed horn cluster will be developed by using phased array antenna coverage. Whereas in figure B, phase and amplitudes are controlled by direct radiating devices at the end of the feed line. So the amplitude is controlled by gain of this radiating amplifier and phase phi that can be either controlled within the amplifier until it's at a phase element associated with the radiating device. So to develop a large number of beams, many signals lines will feed each element and a complex phase front will be deployed for and for this reason each beam has a direction with composite phase of associated phase front. So another picture we have here scan angle, which is for maintaining of LEO and MEO satellites. So in this design, figure B. So in this figure B, so we have position of LEO and MEO. Here we represent a total scan angle for LEO, MEO, GEO. So where satellite is from the Earth, the smaller the satellite antenna, scan angle need to provide instantaneous coverage out to a given user elevation angle is minimum. So in this picture, satellites are all should be placed in equatorial orbit. So with this view, all the Earth elements are be terminated by all these three elements. Whereas in figure A, point to point and LOS terrestrial communication link is established. So we have transmitting antenna and receiving antenna. Between them, we have main lobe, which is having for the transmitting of the signals. Whereas in figure B, point to multi-point line of sight for terrestrial communication link that is established in figure B. So we have transmitting antenna and multiple receivers are available. So we have to estimate the main lobe of this transmitting antenna, which is used to cover entire signal, entire receivers with a required total scan angle. So which is called bore sight of the transit mm, straight view, that is called bore sight, which is from the transmit antenna. So here table B that includes some information regarding scan angle, latitude and longitudinal range for the different groups LEO, MEO, GEO. Just you can refer all these values in the material. So scan angle for LEO for 750 kilometers range, 57.2 scan angle. For 1800 kilometer scan angle is 47 degrees. So this is for LEO category, MEO category, GEO category. So you have to put these values in your brain. So next we have determination of the optimum orbital altitude. So this orbital optimum orbit altitude, which is having very important while dealing some satellite projects and installation requirement. During that journey, the location at the edge of coverage within the instantaneous coverage region normally be present greatest problem in the satellite designing issues. It is at edge of coverage, that is power flux density into the user terminal is a very small value, even if the user is at the center of the individual beam that serves the edge of this coverage area. So this type of problem be explained for a LEO satellite with a given large instantaneous coverage requirement as a orbital altitude increases from the minimum of 500 kilometers. So the scan loss will be decreased faster than path loss increases, while altitude has tolerance in concerned projects. So first figure indicates the determination of orbital attitude. where relative transmission loss and minimum grazing angle versus satellite altitude. So observe here satellite altitudes are taken in kilometers. So roughly we have 1000, 1400, 1800. On y-axis we have maximum minimum graze angle. So 0 degree, 5 degree, like etc. So we have a linear curve. So the relative transmission loss and minimum grazing angles versus satellite for creation of a LEO satellite with 10 satellite per plane and the double coverage area is shown in the concerned picture. So from this picture, the estimation value scan loss, free space path loss for edge of the coverage area or normalized to an orbital height 800 kilometers. Orbital height increases, scan loss, free space path loss reaches the minimum, which is between 1350 kilometers to 1800 degrees. So like in this way, we have to decrease this relative loss, and in this way, we have to increase the grazing angle for this optimum orbital altitude. So very good statistical graph for end examination. Figure B, we have satellite altitude on x-axis and minimum gazing angle. On y-axis, we have relative loss. So this figure shows, figure 2 shows trade-off for 15 satellites per plane, whereas figure A, 10 satellites per plane. So that is a small difference between figure A and figure B. Figure A, 10 satellites, figure B, 15 satellites. So see, observe here, gazing angle and concerned loss for satellites. So in the figure B, 15 satellites per plane. So minimum scan angle at the satellite calculated. So this for a minimum grazing angle. So the scan loss is free space path loss for edge of the coverage, which are normalized to orbital height 800 kilometer. So as the orbital height increases, scan loss, path loss reaches to minimum, which is justified by these two pictures. In this way, optimum orbital altitude are calculated theoretically in concerned laboratories. So here we represented what are the radiation safety and the satellite telephones. So in olden days, when the satellite communication has in growth, some forums, Federal Communication Commission, FCC, has monitor and create some strict limitations on this radiated power levels throughout the spectrum. After this FCC, so IEEE committee has generated, and this IEEE gives some measures like 0.08 weight per kg average over body and general population value 0.4 weight per kg. So these values do not provide enough insight to handle units. So these values are moderate for longer years. So however, short-term effects of the power levels used in the handsets have been proven to be negligible. There have been insufficient studies at present provide long-term effects of such exposure. So we have here 10 years of handset use. The number of international groups are generated like IEEE. So for this, we have specific absorption rate, very popular parameter for mobile gadget, wireless phones and devices. So for that 0.4 weight per kg or 0.08 kg are very be important. So based upon this values, projected NGSO system customer service based systems are installed to maintain these services which are being prior rate. So on this agenda, we will move for delay and throughput considerations. How to estimate the delay and throughput. For general delay, we have here maximum delay. Why? Because the delay in the communication link is not normally a problem unless the interactions between the user are very rapid. So a few milliseconds apart in the response time. So delay is also one of the challenging task in the satellite communication. So longer delays which are having associated, so manned missions to the moon are required development of agreed procedures. They have to like for police communications, specific handheld devices. So those requirements are be done properly for most commercial satellite link systems. So there is a mismatching transmission line which are be done for the reflection of the day signals. So if the mismatch is large, so there are very geo satellites which are be evaluated.